Man, my glasses keep fogging up here. I know I stated my next video will be the mods on my 2022 Africa Twin DCT, but I've been thinking, there's been this hot topic on my mind about the Africa Twin coming right off our review video of it, and that's, is the Africa Twin more of an adventure bike or more of a touring bike? Or heck, can you just use it for both of them? So that's what I want to do today. I want to go for a ride on this. We're going to ride some roads and I'm going to take it on some trails. One I've been wanting to for a while. It's not too long one, kind of a short one, but it gets a mildly technical in there. I've never done it on this bike. I want to, so we're going to see how it goes. And again, we're going to talk about touring on the Africa Twin, adventure riding on the Africa Twin. What really is it? All right, so we are topped up with gas and ready to go, and we're going to kick it off on the trail bit first, if I can find it. I know it's somewhere around here. Now, number one, I'm not too sure how my sound is. Again, it's been a while since I took you guys on a ride. Anyways, I'm using a new helmet here, the Arai XT4, and then I got the mic wired up in there. I got all my vents closed, but I do, here we go. Oh, the wind blast. I do have to keep my visor open because, as you can see, like, the ground is moist. It didn't rain here or anything. Just one of those nasty, gloomy days. So if I close my visor, again, my glasses fogged and the visor fogs and I can't see a darn thing. But anyways, again, Africa Twin, tour bike or adventure bike? Honda classes it as an adventure bike. Obviously, it's an adventure bike, right? High ground clearance, 21-inch front wheel, massive gas tank, electronic suspension. It has all the whistles to go off-road. But when you think about that, how many of us Africa Twin owners take our bike off-road? Or are we on-road more than we're off-road? All right, I want you to think about that for a second. How often are you off-road than on-road on your Africa Twin? All right, so now we are on the trail. And my goodness, is the Africa Twin a blast off-road. It just handles it. Again, I'm using DCT right here, and that's something you really got to get used to, but that's not our topic here, DCT versus manual off-road. Oh man, this is the easy stuff right here. It's going to get pretty spicy up the road a bit. It's going to be exciting because I've always wanted to take the Africa Twin on this trail, but I've been kind of scared of it. So we'll see how it handles. Hopefully I'm going the right way. I don't remember. Let's see. But this is the easy off-roading stuff here, right? And again, this is what's so cool about the Africa Twin, is we were just on our regular road, comfortable, cozy, all the settings we need to be on the road, touring or whatever, and then bam, right off into a trail, right? Now, could you do this on many bikes? Sure. But your suspension is going to be bottoming out. You're not going to have some of the other stuff to make this a lot easier, the 21-inch front wheel and such. You know, it's just, I truly think I went the wrong way. What's down there? Okay. Yeah, I did go the wrong way. I was supposed to turn left back there. Now here's an instance while we're doing this. This is an instance where the Africa Twin becomes quite tough when you got to maneuver in tight situations. Luckily that wasn't too tight, but yeah, it gets tough. Like if you're on you know, if we didn't have all that much room, we just had the one road here without that opening, it would have got a little sketchy, and it gets tough. It's some places where you drop the Twin being so heavy, you know. And if you didn't watch, you know what? I didn't even put the bike in off-road mode. So when we get up here to our turn, I'm going to put it in an off-road mode. I just feel the power difference. When you go into off-road mode, it drops the power a little bit, which is nice. All right, now we're on the right track. Let me go and switch this to, I don't use off-road mode. I kind of mimicked user 2 into off-road mode. I'm going to drop my traction control to 3 notches. You know, let's do 2 because it does get muddy up here. Off-road, suspension off-road. And again, there's a nice thing about the Twin. You can just tweak your settings to what you're on. You're on-road, you're touring. There's so many in there. And that's what's really cool. You know what? I'm going to put it down to drive, so I'm not in sports mode either. Let's go on and try this. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're already. Okay, you know what? Hold up. That's that muddy out here where I might have to take my traction control all the way off. I'm gonna leave it on 1 because I do like a little bit of traction control. Wow, because we were already sliding back there. Okay. Again, this is my first time on this trail. I've ridden this trail on many other bikes. DR650, 300L. Heck, my NC750X I took on this trail. I got stuck. But it's pretty fun. It's just a mild trail. You got some sand, you got some divots. Up where we're gonna be up here, it gets even a little trickier. All right. Always pick your line. That's the trick when you're off-roading. I'm supposed to be talking about is just a tour bike, and I'm talking about off-road riding here, guys. This is what makes the Africa Twin, though, guys. It seriously does. Ooh, sand wash right there. Wowzers. When you feel that Africa Twin slide underneath you, and I'm sure you guys have felt it on a dual sport or a dirt bike or something, when it just kind of wiggles out from you, dancing in that sand, it's a different experience on the Twin. Oh, and it really gets your heart racing. It's something you got to learn, kind of just to flow with it almost, you know. What do we got up here? We got some mud. Okie dokie. Which is our best route? I think to the left. Yeah, let's go to the left right here. Foot down. Okay. Okay. All right. Oof, that's soft. That is soft. Which way do we go? I believe it's a right turn. Yeah. Now, if any of you watched my review of my Africa Twin, I showed it to you with my GV cases and everything, and that's pretty much how I always ride the bike, which is definitely not the preferred way I would tell somebody if they're doing stuff like this. And I even thought about it today, taking off my side cases. Because when you go through mud like we were back there, your foot slides back, bam, and it's hitting the case right there. Easy way to break your leg, you know what I mean? I kind of knew what I was riding today is nothing really... I mean, it can get sticky. It definitely can. And, you know, I haven't rode in a few weeks, so I don't know what it's like. But I would probably recommend you not to have them big old hard cases. Probably some slimmer soft cages, which I will be getting myself as well. Okay, this is a really sandy spot, and I have fallen here before on my Royal Enfield and my NC. Oh, not that bad. It's kind of compact. So the bad thing about that being compact means there's bound to be some mud up here. So pros and cons of off-roading, right? Okay, so far we are golden on the Twin. Comfortable off-road as we were on-road. It's just amazing. It is. So as far as adventure so far, locking it down with ease. Oh, I just bottomed out back there. That was a first. And I don't have anything in my cases, so I don't have any excessive weight. It's just stock weight. But I did bottom her out, and there you go. That's kind of something. If you got a, you know, basic touring bike or something like that, you're not gonna be even able to get over something like that. What do we got? A little tiny water crossing up here. I hope it's not muddy. This side looks manageable. Let's just get it. Okay, there we go. Divvied into that sand. This is where it gets a little tricky here, guys. Hopefully the GoPro can pick this up, but we got a pretty decent incline. It's muddy on top of it all. All right, there we go. Nice. Yes. Oh, she's a beaut. Of course, you're gonna need some different tires. I'm running the Mitas MT Plus something or another here or there. The stock tires are not as good for stuff like this. So definitely a 50-50 tire minimum is needed. But so far, so good. Even these, oh man, I know the GoPro can't pick it up, but there's so many divots right here, up and down, in and out. And it just takes them. You know what I mean? My cases are rattling more than anything, you know? It just monsters through this stuff. Okay. Oh, hold on. I don't want to be jumping here. Oh, there we go. Now, I am riding again the DCT. And again, I'm not trying to make this some off-road tutorial. Maybe I will make a off-roading with the Africa Twin video in the future, but I do ride, or my foot always hovers the rear brake since we don't have that clutch here. And that's something I can't stress enough. It takes some learning, but you put your foot over that rear brake if you got a DCT, or she'll get away from you at times. Uh-oh, I just felt a raindrop. I didn't know it was supposed to rain today. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, dear, oh dear, a deer. You always gotta watch, because there'll be some more pouncing out from, okay. I just wanna make sure the rest of the family doesn't come pouncing out after that one. That was cool though. You get that a lot off-road here. A whole lot. Especially when the weather was a little colder. It's starting to warm up a little bit. Like today's supposed to be around 70s. But when it was colder, man, they'd be all out there. Oh yeah, it is starting to rain. Little drizzles. That's fine. Not scared of a little rain. This trail's so fun. It's kind of just, again, medium. It gets hairy up here. Wait till you guys see it. Okay, we got some mud. Oh, deep sand. Deep sand. Let me sit down for this and put my feet down. We got some. Yeah, she's dancing. Okay, okay. Steady, 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 steady. Oh yeah, she's a dancing. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Stay with me, stay with me. I gotta turn this traction control off. Why'd I go into manual? Whew. There's something about the Africa Twin. You guys can see pretty much how deep I am down there. So look at that. This sand is super soft. So we're gonna take it slow and steady. And since the sand's so deep, I can put both my feet down and just walk her. Look at this. Look at that. God, the Africa Twin. Once you learn how to handle her, she'll be right by your side. Oh, I kicked my traction control all the way up to max. Oh, so it's one notch or all. Okay, there we go. Okay. Stay with me. Stay with me. Oh, didn't want to go there. Oh, how's it looking behind us? Yeah, digging in a little bit. Right up here is where it starts getting quite, no, don't dig in, don't dig in. Yo, my back tire, I feel it just sinking as my front tire is peeking out. Oh, that's something. Okay. Not with the rain. You know, you get through this. Let me focus here, guys. Let's focus. Okay. Let's focus. Let's pick a good line. I don't know which way I should go. Oh dear, I probably should have went down. Yeah, I should have went down right there. Let me back up a little bit, and I'm going to take it right up, because if I go here, I'm going to be in all sorts of pickle juice. Where's the... I think I can go down right here, hopefully. Let's see. Yeah. Oh. The back tire just slid off. Okay, okay. Sorry for all my huffing and puffing, guys. It's let me... Yes. Got it. Got it. Look at that. It's all washed out right there. So there we go. We just conquered that little trail, or do we call it a path? I can walk you down here a little bit. But I mean, just seeing it, you can see where it was washed out a whole bunch down there. It just kind of mixed. A lot of deep sand, mud. Again, bottomed out the Twin out there. And that's what just separates the Twin and makes it that adventure bike. I mean, look, I got sand and everything caked up on my cases down here. A little bit of grass. She's a little dirty, but that, she looks good like that. So now what I want to do is get on a road, and we'll see how she performs as a tour. All right, so let's turn around and head the way I want to take you, which is just some fun back roads. And I think we'll run into some fire roads if I'm thinking right. I never pin my locations on map, which I should start doing, but I just kind of go off my memory, which half the time I don't know where I'm going. But that's half the fun of it. But again, right here, we're going, 65-ish miles an hour. Totally comfortable. Plenty of passing power. Suspension's nice. My mask is fogging up again. Gosh, I'm so sorry for this wind noise. We're going to be going slower. We're turning up here. We'll be going slower. So now let's go on and ride some of these back roads. And if we find some little cut-off trails, we'll go on and hit some. This one coming up here is pretty fun. This one right there, a lot of fun, but there's some serious mud holes in it. It gets pretty deep. But, I was thinking about what makes an adventure bike, what makes a touring bike, and then I want you to sum it up. You kind of think with me right here as we're talking. You all know I don't script. I just get on here and hang out with you guys and talk, right? Just go for a ride together. And when I'm thinking about this, I've had multiple of the bike. The NC750X. Honda classes that as an adventure bike. That's crazy. That bike should be classed as, I would honestly say, a sport tourer. That's where I would put that. Or maybe just a touring bike. Why isn't it? Because it doesn't have a lot of the accessory fluff on it. Doesn't have the cruise control, the heated grips and stuff like that. I would seriously class the NC750X as a touring bike. Sport touring bike if we're being generous. You know what I mean? And when you think about it, so I had the NC750X, I had the 300L. When you take both of those bikes, smoosh them into one, you're going to get pretty close to the Africa Twin. I've stated this before, right? All those bikes I've purchased in the past, I've been trying to build myself to kind of complete that void of my dream bike, because I didn't want to spend as much money as the Africa Twin is, right? It's an expensive bike. So I was buying all these $5,000 or $10,000 bikes, and okay, well, if I ride this one here and that one there, then I can fulfill that void of the Africa Twin. And it just never did, because I wanted that one and done bike. That's what I want you to focus on. That one and done bike. That's the Africa Twin. That's what makes it my absolute favorite bike and why I love it. Because no, I don't just do off-road. I love doing this. I love just taking it to the store. If I need to pick something up, I want to do that. Now, if I see a little dirt road, I'm going to take that as well, you know what I mean? Any chance I get to ride dirt, I do. And that's, again, where it comes into play. I can ride this, I can ride that. There's really nothing the Africa Twin can't do. It's, again, your ability that's going to hold you back with the Africa Twin, and that's great. Because, yeah, you're spending all this money, but you're going to grow. You're going to learn with the bike. It's not that bike where you're bored 6 months down the road, like, I did this, let me go on and do that, you know what I mean? No. You can try that. You can try that. You can go there. That's not going to stop you. Like, if you go on a cool adventure and you see this awesome off-road thing, you want to get to this waterfall or this awesome campsite that's 10 miles down this road, you know you can do it. Right? That's what's so cool about it. Now, does it handle like a touring bike? You got your little, 17-inch front wheel or whatever? No, you're not going to be able to lean into your turns as tight. Now you can, and I have. Now I got, again, those knobby-ish tires on here, so you'll feel it skip around on you a little bit. But I don't think I'm going to even go with an aggressive tire like this again. I got my Trail Max Mission at the house. That'll probably be the most aggressive I go with on the Twin. But again, you can, I'm not an aggressive rider. I should probably start right there, that I'm not an aggressive rider. You all saw me on the trail. That's about how I get, right? When I'm on the road, I'm usually right at the speed limit, maybe max 5 over. I'm not a speed junkie. I'm not a lean junkie. I love twisties. I love off-road. I love doing it all, but I do it all safely, manageable, and I understand where my skill cap is. We're all learning every day on a motorcycle, right? If you think you're like this amazing rider on your bike, you've lost yourself, and I think you get yourself in trouble. I think we all got to focus on that safety and how are we growing on the bike. And again, that's another place of the Africa Twin. I am constantly growing with this bike and learning with it, whether it be on-road or off-road. There's so many things to grow with this bike. But there's one other topic I wanted to kind of cover here, is people think about the Africa Twin in a touring, like the Africa Twin's a big bike. I covered him in my main review of it. It's a tall bike, it's a heavy bike, there's no doubt in it, there's no question in it. Yes, it is tall, yes, it is heavy. You can drop the bike, you can get a lowering seat. That's going to resolve all of that height issues for you. The gas tank is big. It's a big gas tank. Now, if you go with any touring bike, it's going to still be a heavy bike, but the weight's down low, so it's a little more easy to manage, right? And of course, it's going to be sitting a lot lower, so you're not going to need to lower it and do all that stuff. It's already going to be super low. But you're not going to be able to do what we just did. Even if you drop the Twin and put a lowering seat on it, you're still going to be able to do that stuff, you know what I mean? So it's almost like, why close into one bracket when you can have both, right? And again, I know it can be confusing because you're going off Honda. Well, Honda's saying it's an adventure. I'm over here saying it's touring an adventure. Like the NC750X, they're saying it's an adventure. I'm sorry, but it's not, right? So don't take the classing of the bike to heart. Understand the capabilities and what you can really do with the bike. You know, that's what you really need to do, and that's at the core what's great about the Africa Twin. It's everything. It really is everything. Get over the fear of it being a big heavy bike, a tall bike, drop it if need be. You got a comfortable, manageable tourer. You know what I mean? I mean, for me, I'm used to it. You definitely got to get used to this bike. When you look at it in the store, you swing a leg over, you're like, yo, hold on, no way am I getting that thing, because that thing is huge, it's intimidating, no way I can handle it. You got to learn, right? I always love growing and learning and getting better at whatever I'm doing. What do we got right here? Hold on a second. What do we have right here? Let's see. I don't know if I've ever been on this. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Should I turn on my off-road mode? Might as well. Let's do it since we're going to go. User 2. Traction control. Let's go put it on 2. And here we go. At it again. At it again with the Africa Twin. Taking us places where not everybody gets to go. That's what's great. They got the hunters out here. Okay, maybe I should have worn a bright vest. I got my camouflage Alpine Star jacket on. Should have worn a bright vest. Well, I don't sound like a deer, right? So, I'm not too sure where this goes. I've never ridden this before. I don't have my navigation or my maps on. But these are really the kind of off-road riding I like. Like, this is my preferred style right here. Let me lower my visor and see if I don't fog. But this is my preferred style of riding. Just fire roads like this, nothing crazy. But again, I do like taking the occasional turn off and getting a little bit of a challenge, just to make things a little spicy, make me sweat a little bit, get that heart racing, let you know you're still human, you know? I like a challenge. But I do enjoy this kind of riding a lot. And you know what? Talking about one other thing I want to mention about talking about the Africa Twin being big, heavy, tall, a really intimidating bike. That's one thing you got to realize with any adventure bike is don't be scared to drop it, right? It's like people that buy Jeeps. You know, people that buy Jeeps, they put these lights underneath it, they put all this glimmer and glam on it, and they never see the mud. Hold up here. What do we got? That little water crossing? All right. I'm just going to gun it. I'm not even going to... I don't know how deep it is, but let's just go, guys. Let's just hit it. Okay, yeah. That's cold, and I am soaked. Let me tilt this camera down. Can you guys see how stinking soaked I am? Yizers. Okay, let me get the camera back up. Whew. That was fun. That was fun. Okay, so they got that blocked off. let's see where this goes then. It's pretty long. I wonder if it comes out anywhere, or if it's just one of those like fire roads that goes to a dead end. You know, I'm sure I got this video like well beyond 30 minutes right now, but gosh, I'm having a blast. I hope you guys are as well. This is fun, just kind of like the Undone ride, you know what I mean? Chit-chatting, conversating, riding, learning about the Twin, talking motorcycles. I love it. I love it. What was I talking about though? I forgot which topic I was on. I totally forgot. That water crossing threw me off. Yeah, what was that? Yeah, the thing was marked. That's like a marked trail. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, I was talking about not being scared to drop your bike, right? And you can think like the Africa Twin, yo, this is an expensive motorcycle. Let's not kid each other, right? You're talking upwards 20,000 after all said and done, your fees, your taxes, so on and so forth. I mean, geez, you can almost buy a car. You probably can buy a car. Who wants to drop it and scratch it? But again, you're buying an adventure bike. That's number one what you're buying. So yes, adventure before touring. And you're, you know, honestly, like myself, I bought it for both touring and adventure riding. But I've dropped this bike multiple times. Not being stupid, not, you know, anything like that. Just riding it how it should be ridden. I'm not buying an Africa Twin to boast or look cute on the road or be like, yo, I got an Africa Twin. You know, even though I do love the bike, I'm very proud of it, you know what I mean? But I bought it to utilize it. I've owned Jeeps before, Rubicons. You're talking $55,000, $60,000 vehicle. Right off the lot, I took it off on some trails. Scratched up and everything, you know what I mean? You buy them vehicles, these vehicles, to utilize them. Not to be a cutie pie. Oh, is this a dead end? Oh man, so it doesn't come out anywhere? Nah, dang it. I don't know where that goes. That gets a little tight, but you know, I would go down that, but I don't want to because the hunters. Let me see. Yeah, see, that definitely looks doable, but I don't want to go down it because the hunters, and I'll just camouflage in. I don't want to be them to think I'm a deer. All right, so back home. Wow. What an absolute ride that was. I hope you all had a blast with the ride and the conversation about the Africa Twin. Is it a touring bike or an adventure bike? And I think if you stuck through this video, you can kind of sum up my thoughts. Number one, yeah, it's an adventure bike, right? But it's one darn good touring bike. No questions asked, it is a phenomenal touring bike. It's an intimidating bike. Get over that, grow and learn with the bike. And again, it's the one and done bike. I truly believe it's that one and done bike that you can take cross country, you can take anywhere you want, muddy roads, dirt roads, sandy roads, water crossings, highways, byways, crossways, whatever you want. You can take the Africa Twin anywhere and it will do what you want. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about the Africa Twin? Is it strictly an adventure bike and shouldn't be used as a touring bike? I want to hear from you guys, and I also want to hear some of your adventures and what kind of bike you're using, just to kind of spark up this adventure / touring conversation. But again, no joke, no fluff. I think the Africa Twin is truly that one and done, do it all motorcycle.